we need results. Because we had some Yahoo and a gyrocopter land right over there. And it didn't work. And I got these opening statements from you that shed no light other than a timeline and how big a space the park police protects. It didn't work. We need candor.
On the surface, it was reported as someone not quite playing with a full deck, just deciding to fly his homemade gyrocopter onto the lawn of the White House. But to Doug Hughes, this wasn't a publicity stunt. This was something he did with a full understanding of the consequences, and it was his call to go airborne in order to make a point to every American about saving democracy. And in light of how upside down America and its government seem at times, maybe he deserves a chance to air his side of the issue. So then get to it. Let's welcome into the hardline the Postal Service worker who decided enough was enough, Doug Hughes. How are you, Doug?
Hello. Thanks for having me on.
Always a pleasure. Doug, well, here you go. You've been indicted on 6 charges: violation of the registration requirements involving an aircraft, violation of national defense airspace. So how does it feel now to be under indictment?
Well, it's just one more step in the process. I indicated that I accepted the consequences when I went in. I knew there would be legal repercussions. I don't agree with what has been handed down. If you take into consideration that there's no property damage, there was no injury, there was never any intent to do any injury, and my intent was simply to change the system so that Congress is working for the people instead of the special interests. While I don't think it's appropriate that I should walk, I don't think 9.5 years in jail is appropriate either.
Now, you've recently said, and I think I read this somewhere, it would be tough to find 12 people to convict you. Do you think you still feel that way?
More than ever, okay? I've been I did Hannity yesterday. I'm talking to you people today. I've done Democracy Now! As I go across the political spectrum, I find nothing but agreement. Okay, I'm not saying everybody agrees, but this isn't a left issue or a right issue. People understand that you opened with that bite from the hearing, the Oversight Committee. I recognize who it was and what it was. And what a lot of people don't recognize is that he doesn't want to talk about what's going on in Congress.
Okay, then let's talk about it. We only have a few minutes. I want to make sure we get this in here because you said you flew that gyrocopter onto the Capitol lawn to save the American democracy. Take about a minute, expound on that. What exactly do you mean, and how do you think you saved democracy by doing what you did?
Okay. That saving democracy clip may not be something that I wrote. It's at the top of an op-ed, but it's not actually my words. I can't save democracy. Okay, the American people can save democracy. The voter is the only political body with authority over Congress. So I'm not going to save democracy. The American people are.
But you're at least trying to do something to get them started, right? That's the whole idea here. Save that democracy, get them started, get them moving towards a goal. What's that goal?
All I'm doing is pointing people in the right direction. The organizations already exist. A constitutional amendment has been written that would cover it, okay? The law, for example, is not the only one. The Anti-Corruption Act was written by a Republican appointee to the Federal Elections Committee, the FEC. That would work. Getting things done is going to involve the American voters understanding how to join and what they can do.
But you're talking about, and correct me if I'm wrong, please, you're talking about pay-to-play politics. You've written about this also, and you're talking about the corruption in government is what you want to bring attention to, correct?
That's right. And I'm not talking about either political party. I'm talking about everybody plays by the same set of rules, okay? And the basic rule regarding congressional corruption is where the money is coming from. If Congress people can't take money from anybody except the American people when they're running for office, while they're in office, or after they get out of office, if it looks even a little bit funny, then these people are going to work for us all the time. And nobody will go to Washington to get rich. They'll go to Washington to do a job. Let me go back to something.
I got about 30 seconds, and then I got one more question for you. Go ahead.
Okay. At that committee that you cited. There are 63 members of that committee. And for that entire hearing, 50 of those chairs were empty. This is standard. If you look at C-SPAN, nobody is there except for the chairman and 2 or 3 other people. They're all on the phones dialing for dollars to try and get campaign funds in for the next election. They're AWOL half the workday. This is normal. It's got to end.
I got about a minute left here. Do you think that what you've done has succeeded? Did you at least do what you set out to do? And do you feel you're getting your word out now properly and actually changing some people's minds?
I'm just getting started. Okay?
Then what's next?
I am getting the word out. People are getting the message. People like you are asking the right questions. And voters who are fed up with the system are finding out that there are solutions, and all they have to do is sign up.
But when you talk about signing up real quick, where are you talking about? Certain groups just taking action, dumping everybody out of Congress and getting everybody out in the first place?
One place to go is my website, okay? I've got a menu of organizations that are working on solving the problem. If you go out to thedemocracyclub.org, you can go onto it now, but I'm rewriting it to include many more organizations that are working on this problem. You can click on any one of those, go directly to their websites. Think of it as a menu.
We will send them there. Unfortunately, we are all out of time right now, Doug, but I'll tell you what, you've got our attention. You've got a lot of people's attention. We'll continue to follow this story. Good luck in court, and we will talk to you again soon, young man.
I do appreciate you calling. Thank you.
It is a pleasure. Thank you very much. Let's see if indeed he makes a difference. The Hardline continues.